everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Shaneria and this is Talk and Crime. Hello, how are you? As you should know, if you're returning, that we're about to watch another reaction video. But if you're new, join the family by subscribing. You guys, as you know, if you're returning, we like to get into the reaction video. No wasting time. So let's get started.
I'm about to give y'all a story time on why I don't talk to nobody that I'm related to. I went in no contact with my whole family, mama side, daddy side, cousin, uncle, aunties, everybody. And it all started when I got on my knees sometime last year and told God that I'm ready to surrender to his plan. Like, I don't want to do it my way no more. Like, God, I'm doing it your way. What do I do next? So we're gonna start with my husband at the time. He was cheating so bad that I just was like, I gotta get a close relationship with God. The whole time I was super suspicious. Not only was he cheating, like super gay. Like, he was working with somebody and I was like, it just makes me feel like they fucking with each other. But I was also in a situation where I wanted to leave, but I didn't know, like, I didn't have the finances because he was paying all the bills. So it was like, up until the point I said that prayer, it was like he was just emotionally abusive. But then it got to the point where he started to become physically abusive. Like, I done got headbutted, I done got choked several times, slapped, putting his hands on me, all that type of shit, scared for me and my kids' life. It got to a point where we was fighting so bad, and I had figured out that if I keep my kids around me, that he's not gonna put his hands on me. So I was like, let me keep my kids close to me so he won't do nothing to me. He kept trying to get me by myself. I used to keep in my closet, and he literally looked me dead in my eyes and was like, get it, go on, get it out. But I'm a thinker, so I was just like, nah, because I don't know who is gonna hit at this point. Then he said it in front of her like I had my kids with me. I didn't know who. I'm not risking it. So I just looked at my kids and I just told them I love them. I just felt like I was about to be unalived in that moment, for real. So after all that, I left the house and went to my parents' house. My parents, like, my mama honestly didn't want me to go back, but my stepdaddy, he telling me stuff happened, y'all need to go back. Then the dude looked my stepdaddy dead in the face and was like, I did this, she right, I did do that, I'm on up to it, which was crazy to me, because why would my stepdaddy tell me to go back to that? But I'm listening to that type of shit like, oh, that's your husband. So I went back to him. The shit kept getting worse and worse after that. Like, he didn't put his hands on me for a little minute, but the cheating was so bad, I was just like, I need to get closer to God. Then it actually got to a point where I found out he was sleeping with a teacher from my daughter's school. This said teacher put, literally, like, she was super friendly. I used to sub at the school that she worked at, and they always put me in her room. I was in her room like 3-4 times. It was also another woman who used to come in there, and she used to be like kind of weird with me. So now I realized, like, it was multiple people at that school that knew that woman was sleeping with my husband. This said teacher also started my daughter's dress. Like, she was in my daughter's hair. I done went to this woman's house. This woman inviting me out places. She he ha ha every time I see her.
To befriend a wife just to keep her close, and probably they was like talking about relationship wise, learning about the relationship. Like, it's weird to me. And then he was doing her daughter hair, y'all.
So I confronted him and her about it, and it got to the point where they actually made up this whole fucking story together. What'll happen, like, if they got caught, what's their story? So then it gets to the point, this man putting his hands on me again. So I actually decide for good, like, I'm just leaving the relationship. I'm leaving the house. I'm leaving the furniture in there. I got TVs and all that shit. At the time, my sister and her baby daddy needed somewhere to stay. So I called them, before y'all homeless, y'all could come take my shit. I don't want none of it. Like, y'all could just stay in there. Y'all ain't even got to do no lease takeover, nothing. Y'all could just live in the house, just pay the rent on time. I don't want none of that shit on my credit. So at this time, I go and stay with my mama. So I'm staying with my mama, but still going through shit with the school, because I confronted them about the issue, and they told me, well, we can't do nothing about it, but we can let her know that we know that you came up here to tell us. So I was like, okay, go let her know. And I really was on some slick shit, because, bitch, I want you to be humiliated in front of all your staff. Like, you not even professional no more, bitch. People look at you like somebody who sleep with folks' husbands, and a lot of people in this bitch got husbands. So I really was on some get back. But once she found that out, she got really mad, told the school that she's scared for her. She's worried about her safety when it comes to me. So I end up actually getting banned off the campus. Never put my hands on this woman. Never threatened this woman. Never did none of that. So it got to be so much that I ended up just taking my baby out of the school. She was only in pre-K, so I was just like, it ain't no point. But it fucked up my heart to see my baby cry that she can't go to school no more, because my daughter loves school. And then I was pissed off even more that the shit that you done did, because you can't keep your stuff in your pants, my daughter can't even go to school. And if y'all know how hard it is to get kids into pre-K, you actually have to be on a waiting list. So I couldn't even put my daughter in another school. So at the time, because I'm my mama's emotional support when her husband is cheating, I thought I could go to my mama. It was a time, like at that time, my mama dead ass told me, stop calling my phone telling me about this because I'm tired of hearing it. I'm really tired of hearing it. So living with my mama, even from then, living with my mama got super, super weird. When I left the relationship, I forgot to add that I started working at Amazon. Like as soon as I left the relationship and gave up the house, I got a job at Amazon. I started working 3 12-hour shifts. And because I needed the money to move into another place, I actually would work 50 to 60 hours a week. So at the time, I started popping beans because it gave me energy. I needed to stay up. I needed to get this money. Like I was just taking the shit to keep going, and then I realized everybody doing it, so it kind of made me feel better, and it actually made me, I don't know, like keep going. So I got some cousins at the time who was on the same shit, except they was just around their house doing it. They chilling doing it. They not doing nothing. Bitches is lazy on couches popping beans. Whole time I'm working trying to provide for my kids. There's still not a reason, but I'm working trying to provide for my kids and do right for my, like, I need to get this fucking house because my mama showing me she don't want me here. So at the time, I got cousins talking shit about me, like running their mouth about me, telling people, oh my God, she's steady popping beans. But it was weird because if I wasn't doing it with them, then we cool. But when I say every single one of my cousins was doing it, but it was like because I was doing it, I got talked about. And that showed me that all my cousins was jealous as fuck. They couldn't wait till some bad shit happened to me so that they all could talk about it. They don't want to talk about the good shit that was happening. So when I'm staying with my mama at this time, my mama would do weird shit. Like I come in with food and she'll just ask for some of my food, and I tell her, well, mama, I just worked a 12-hour shift. I'm tired. Keep in mind it's 7 a.m. I just got off. I'm trying to eat so I can go to sleep. And if I said no, she would literally throw up in my face that she watched my kids while I go to work. Even though she told me to come stay with her. She also has a 3-bedroom. Her husband has a game room. She has like an office room and then a other bedroom and stuff. But she told me I had to, and she didn't want me sleeping in her living room. She told me I had to sleep on like this really a box spring with pillows on top in her room, me and my kids. She wouldn't even like clear out.
Wait, if your daughter and her kids is sleeping on a box spring in your room, where the hell you and your husband sleeping at if you don't want nobody in the living room and he got a game room and you got like an office space? Where is your daughter and her kids sleeping? Let's continue.
None of the furniture from either one of their rooms because I wanted to take my bed and my TV and bring it to her house, and she was like, nah, we not doing all that if you're not gonna be here long, so you could just sleep on this. Felt like fucking bricks. So I get tired of it and I call my older sister who I let stay in my apartment, her and her baby daddy and her kids and other fucking people. I called her and was like, I can't take this shit with mama no more. Y'all know how mama is. Like, I'm about to come back to my apartment. Y'all can still have it. I just need to be there until I get my own place. Keep in mind, I'm still trying to get my own place in a whole nother city. I need to just stay there for a little bit. My bed is there. My TV is there. Nothing was moved. So I was just like, I want my room though, just for some privacy. Me and my kids gonna sleep in my bed and I need my TV. These motherfuckers tell me that I can come back to my house, but I can't come back to my room. Nah, we don't want you coming back to the room. I forgot the whole reason, but they just was like, no, you can't sleep in your room, in your bed, with your TV. I still had clothes in that bitch. They was like, nah. I knew the cards that I could play in a situation, but I was just like, because I could have got y'all kicked the fuck out, but I was just like, you know what? Y'all just let me see who y'all is. Now keep in mind, I done already went over husband, big sister, her baby daddy, my mama, now, and my stepdaddy. My stepdaddy just makes you feel like I don't give a fuck what it is. He just don't want you there. He don't want to do nothing for you. He really, you could just tell he...
Because him and your mama was going through their own issues, and when somebody moved in, it was going to interfere in the issues, and he knew your mama was talking to you about their issues before, so he probably just didn't want people all up in their business, and that's why he was trying to go back to your abusive ass husband. Yeah.
Really don't like you. So that's just him all the fucking time. So then it gets to the point where I'm moving with my little sister while I'm trying to get this apartment. My little sister does the same shit. She even gets to the point where she don't even speak to me. Like, she don't want me there so bad that she don't even fucking speak to me. And then she's constantly letting me know, like, this short term, don't get comfortable. I could just already tell she talking shit about me too. So then I get approved for the house and I go ahead and move in the house in the next city. But if y'all want part 2, I need y'all to come in and tell me y'all want part 2, because I'm gonna keep this shit going. This is part 2 on why I don't talk to nobody that I'm related to. So I left my little sister house. Now I'm in the house in the next city. While I was there, I'm still working these 12-hour shifts at Amazon. On top of the 3 12s, I'm working 2 10s. So I'm still popping the beans. And not gonna lie, she was making me feel good after my like leaving the person anyways. So I was popping them for emotional support, but also for physical support for my body to keep going, because I knew I didn't want to stay with nobody. And I also was trying to put furniture into my house. This part is very important because this is what put me into my spiritual psychosis. I started seeing and hearing certain things. Like, I could tell that I was in different dimensions. And at the time, my cousin's still talking about me. I still got a few cousins that's just like, y'all, she in different dimensions. Like, you could tell, like, she going through spiritual psychosis. But it got to a point I was wondering why when I did it. Like, I got cousins who did it and go have sex, or did it and do like weird stuff. Like me, I wanted to get close to God. It did not make sense. I was hearing my higher self. Like, it just got really, really weird. So a spiritual psychosis is like a regular psychosis too. So I went into regular psychosis too, and a lot of my memories from my childhood started coming back. Within those memories, there was somebody in my house, in my childhood home, who got SA'd by one of my stepdaddy's family members, like his nephew. They was staying with us, and they told him, my stepdaddy and my mama, that he did that to somebody in my family that lived in the house, and they still let him stay there. And when you go through a psychosis, sometimes the memories be so vivid that it seems like it's you. So I started questioning if my stepdaddy or anything, like if something ever happened to me, if this person ever did anything to me. It got really, really weird. At the time, I also questioned my kids, and the answers that my kids was giving me, I did not like it. Like, it just gave weird. And I also was going through, again, a spiritual psychosis, a regular psychosis, on top of all the stress I had been through. Like, my mind was going fucking crazy. And I didn't know it at the time, but the beans was not helping at all. But they opened up my third eye, and the shit opened too much, and they also opened up my crown chakra, because the communication that I was hearing from the spiritual realm was crazy. But I asked my kids, have anybody ever did that to them? And my kids was telling me weird stuff. And they was just describing how they Nana and Papa bathed them and stuff like that. And it just freaked me out. Like, it made me go into panic mode. And so I did what I was supposed to do as a mother, as my right is to get my kids checked out. That triggered a lot of people in my family, because of course we're black. I kept my kids out of the whole situation. So I went to my mom and them house, and I confronted my stepdaddy, and I was like, have you ever did this to me? Like, have you ever did anything like that? Because keep in mind, my stepdaddy weird too. My stepdaddy, everybody who know him, if he go to a function, he's only around the kids. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He's only around the kids. This man was for all the girls are like this first generation, and then we got older and he called us fast. He stopped liking us and being mean to us. But when we was little, he like spoiled us. It was weird. But yeah, if you go to a family function, you're not gonna see him talking to grown people. Like, he just act like he don't like nobody. He's only around kids. He only like kids. It's weird. So then I'm adding that on top of it. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this shit driving me crazy, considering what was done to the person in the house. And I asked them, like, hey, have you ever done this to me? He was like, no, what is you talking about? He really could have just simply said no. Like, everybody talking about me at this point too. Everybody could have been there more for me emotionally, which this shit really got me like tearing up, because I was really, really going through. But instead of doing that, everybody just crazy labeled me as crazy, but still saying like, man, she popping beans. Keep in mind, I done sat with cousins who have said this about my stepdad. Like, he is weird. Like, you will never see him talking to no grown person. Then my kids told me what they told me about bath time and stuff like that. So I go to their house. I say, have you ever done this to me? He was like, what is you talking about? I'm saying, just be straight up. He was like, no, what, you need to get off my, like, telling me to get out that yard. I ain't never like, it was just weird. They was like, get out of our yard, you need to go home, I'm not dealing with this. And I said, well, why when it was done in the house, why you and mama didn't kick that dude out? Why y'all let that keep going on? They was like, he was like, I don't know why your mama did that. I said, it's your nephew. Now, if that was one of your kids in the house and they got done too, like, how would you feel about that? And he was like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't know what you got going on. You need to leave. Went in the house, shut the door on me. Now, my mama and them got Ring cameras around their house and inside their house. That's very important. So I was like, shit, the most that I could do as my right, and I'm breaking generational fucking curses, I'm gonna go get my kids checked out, because I don't know what the fuck the truth is, to be honest. But I called my grandma. My grandma was the only person who was kind of like there for me. And I was talking to my grandma. I said, I'm about to go to this hospital. Don't tell nobody that I'm going. Y'all, why the fuck I go to the hospital to tell them just check up on my kids because I believe this happened? I'm talking to a nurse the first time. The nurse leave out the room. The doctor come in. She didn't go get the doctor. The doctor just came in. The doctor sat down beside me, and I asked him, I was like, so are y'all gonna run a test on my kids or not? Because I was told that y'all could come up here and, just do an exam on them. He was like, no, we're not worried about your kids. We worried about you because my nurse told me that you hear voices and you be talking to people that's not there. And I was like, what are you talking about? I never told you that. Like, why would I sit up here and tell you that I be talking to people that's not there? Why would I tell you that I be hearing voices? So again, the only person I'm talking to really at the time is my grandma and my homegirl. So I called my grandma, and first I called my homegirl. My homegirl like, keep calm. I'ma like, tell me where you at, like what's going on, yada yada yada. I was like, hold on, let me call my grandma because I need to know what the fuck is going on. At this time, they got me like up against the wall. They done took my kids away from me. So if you thought I was going through a spiritual psychosis, then bitch, you took my kids away from me. I went fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I came up here to get my kids an exam because I thought something happened to them, which is my right, and y'all snatched my kids from me. So I get on the phone with my grandma. I tell my grandma what's going on, and my grandma was like, ain't your mama up there? I paused. I said, grandma, what you mean ain't my mama up here? Yeah, your mama should be up there. Okay, grandma, how will my mama know that I'm up here again making claims against her husband? Y'all,
oh, your mother played it dirty. She knew if she labeled you as a 1013 patient, a patient that's seeing things and all of that, that they will put you in the mental side of the hospital and hold you there. Like, why y'all just didn't allow her to get the exams done to prove that what she was thinking about y'all doing to her kids or your husband doing to her kids is wrong? Like, y'all just was like gaslighting her and then making her feel like she was like crazy. Let her do the exam if y'all didn't do nothing, what y'all got to hide. But yet you go to the hospital and tell them that she's seeing things when you know what that'll do. Yeah, you was covering up for your husband. What don't they know? Your kids don't know that you know.
Oh, my mama, it clicked. My mama called the hospital and told the hospital that I talk to spirits, I hear voices, I see things that's not really there. I end up just throwing the fucking phone. I'm so pissed off at this point, I just grabbed the phone, threw the phone at the wall. So that really, the fact that they took my kids, which made me even more angry, that's the shit that pissed me the fuck off, because I didn't come in there mad. I just flipped. And the doctor came in there. They all still surrounded me. Once I got off the phone, at this time, once I threw the phone, they, put me in they little handcuffs or whatever that they got. And I'm restrained. I'm pissed the fuck off too. And so the nurse come in there too, and the doctor look at the security guards, y'all. And again, I'm seeing in different realms. I'm seeing demonic shit. And these security guards, it was especially two, they just gave me demon vibes. It was so weird. And the doctor too. And it definitely gave Freemason. I'm gonna be real. It definitely gave plotting against me. I didn't understand it at the time though. The doctor dead ass looked at the security guards and said, didn't she tell us that she was in here hearing voices and talking to people? They looked at me and said, yes, she did. We heard it. I then looked at the nurse and said, did I tell you that I talk to people? Did I come in here telling you I talk to spirits? Did I tell you that I hear voices and I talk to things that's not there? Did I come in here telling you that? This woman looked so scared. She was shaking. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. She was like, no. Like she knew what was going on. And I was like, okay, so what the fuck is going on? Man, these people.
I don't know, friend. When you kind of lost me there when you said you looked at the security guards and stuff, and they was having this demon spirit and stuff. You kind of lost me, but I jumped back on. Let's continue.
People injected me with something to put me to sleep and put me on a 72-hour hold involuntarily. And still, I didn't know what was going on with my kids. I didn't know who had my kids. I didn't know who was going to pick up my kids. And I went in there to get my kids an exam. So y'all know my mind was fucked up. But at that time, I got put into a mental part of the hospital. because my mama fucking called them and told them that something is wrong with me in my head and I see things that's not there. But if y'all want part 3, let me know. So this is part 3 of why I don't talk to nobody that I'm related to. So I'm not gonna lie, after my mama pulled that shit, my mama was every name in the book. Like, I was cussing my mama out. I don't play about my kids. I really, really don't. So all the anger that I have been feeling since I was a child, I gave that all to her in that moment. I would also like to note that my mama is an evangelist. So it was just pure gold that the evangelist got a demon child. So she started posting on Facebook, y'all, about how I'm so demonic, how it's demons like taking over me. It was so weird. It was to the point where like I couldn't even go to like a grocery store without somebody saying, "You okay? You good?" I'm like, "What y'all talking about? We seen your mama status. We seen your mama post." It's different people just checking in on me. I'm going live on TikTok, and people in my comments saying, "I'm so glad you okay." Because she's on her Facebook selling it like her child has been called by the devil and the devil is controlling me. So when I leave there, I actually like being in there. I was supposed to pay my rent on the day or have some money to them by the day that I was in there. And because I was in there for 72 hours, I got evicted. So also at the time, my little brother let me stay with him for a minute. Like, y'all was really going through. So I was like staying with different people. So I'm at my little brother's house. He actually hear my son. My son repeated to him what he originally said to me. And I asked my brother, I said, "Would you come up to the police station and just report this with me? Because everybody think I'm crazy. You heard my son say this and I didn't coerce him. My son can't remember all this. So you know this is really coming from his mouth." Baby, my brother texted me and said, "I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm sorry that you going through this, but me and my girl, we don't want to be in it." After hearing it from my son's mouth. So I'm in disbelief. I packed my stuff up at the time. I'm going through shit. I'm listening to my homegirl. She like, "You need to sue the school from the previous thing." She like, "You need to sue the hospital because how could they even do that?" I just get the fuck out and I end up back at my little sister house. Now around this time, even though I'm staying with people, I'm trying to get my money up. I'm not broke. So I also need to say that I quit Amazon. But I was doing tarot readings and I was getting paid really good money for my tarot readings. I was probably making $300 to $500 a week, which was pretty good. And I was trying to stack my money up. Then I'm thinking if I can get in an income-based apartment or, house or something, I'll be straight. But it would even sometimes get up to $700-800 a week off of just doing people readings and giving them spiritual guidance and stuff. So I asked my little sister, I said, "Listen, I just need to stack my paper up." She was like, "Okay, I'm giving you till this date." Keep in mind, I still don't fuck with my mama. But y'all, I get a call from DHS, them telling me that somebody reported me and they need to investigate. They were like, "We need to speak to you and we also need to speak to your mother." So I ended up telling my mama like, "Hey, DHS want to speak to you." My mama response was, "DHS ain't got nothing to say to me." No, So that also let me know, like, you probably the one that called DHS on me. So yeah, DHS said they was gonna come by, and I didn't even know at the time they had called me. They was sitting with my mama and my little sister. Y'all remember me telling y'all my mama got Ring cameras in front of her house and inside her house? My mama used the footage of me snapping on my stepdad and asking him like, "Has he ever done anything to me?" My mama used that footage and showed them people that. Then they also used my TikTok. They went on my TikTok and was showing people, which my mama was showing a bunch of people, because I spoke to my stepmama at some point. My stepmama said, "Yeah, your mama was telling me that you basically going crazy on TikTok. Like, you got demons and stuff like that." And she was like, "But I looked at your TikTok and I'm not seeing nothing." So I get a letter from DHS telling me that I'm guilty of maltreatment of my 2 kids because of my TikTok and stuff. And because of the 72-hour hold. Now it also let me see my little sister. My little sister not supporting me. She not there for me. She not helping me. The bitch even hate that I'm at her house. She telling people that she hate that I'm there. Then she telling people that she don't want me around her son because I do tarot cards. Like, I can't be around her son. So God just telling me like to just keep pushing. Just stay through, like something gonna come through, because God did not want me working. And like God was like, "I got something for you." And y'all know when you follow God, you're gonna look stupid to everybody else. You're gonna look crazy. Everybody like, "This bitch ain't getting no job. What's she doing? She living off y'all." I already knew. I was like, I don't want to stay off you. Like, it's to the point if I have to go to a fucking homeless shelter. And I was trying to work. Like, y'all, I was like, damn, these people pressure me to work so much. Let me go get a job. A job that I could just show my ID for. Y'all, when I tell y'all the same day I lost my ID, I didn't know. I'm looking in my car like I don't even use my driver's license. Like, where could it be? So the stuff that I needed to get a job, poof, vanished. So I'm chilling at this time. I'm only meditating. I'm doing my tarot cards. I'm trying to make some money. I'm stacking money, just stacking money. My sister come to me and she was like, you remember I told you you got to this and that day to be out. I'm like, yeah. So it was like the weekend and she needed me out Monday. Like she told me on a Friday and she was like, I need you out by Monday. I didn't offer to help pay this girl bills. I didn't offer to like do what it, like, can I just stay here until a certain point? Like, I'm trying to get my shit together. She was like, no. At the same time, y'all, I have been there for people. I have given people rent and deposit for a fucking house. People have come to me for $1,500. The same sister that called me before said, dude, you got $600 on you. I need this other half of my rent. I'll pay it back. I did it. So I was just baffled at the fact that bitches couldn't do shit for me. So then me and my little sister at some point in between there, we got into it and she just ended up saying like, don't nobody believe you. Everybody was believing this man over me. Like everybody in my fucking family was just believing this person over me. And I don't even think it was too much. Even DHS, it wasn't so much of the psychosis. It was the fact that, well, this man has his life put together. Like they have a 3-bedroom home. They have like 4 cars in their yard. He works hard. They was looking at that. Oh, but look at you. You're going through something right now. We can't trust you. You're unreliable because you're struggling right now. But we're going to believe him. But it just sent me through there when I found out that my little sister, sat with them. And it's important to know that my older sister had my kids because they never reached out to my older sister to ask her if she had my kids. I also want to note that when you are popping beans, you are like, the truth will come through you. Your truth, other people's truth. So it was people at the time, since I was the talk of the town, everybody texted me saying, hey, we just want to check up on you, da-da-da. And I used to tell people, get the fuck from away from me, because the shit that I got on you, I will tell it. When I tell you, that made people leave me the fuck alone. And I had got into it, since I'm talking about my little sister, we got into it so bad that I'ma tell your truth, baby. I'm about to set this motherfucker off if y'all don't leave me alone. And so that really forced people to just like, okay, let's just leave her alone. Let's just let her do what she do until she kind of get away. But the day that my sister kicked me out, I wanted to cry so bad. And the day that I got the letter saying that I was guilty of maltreatment of my kids, I wanted to cry. I knew I was still blessed because I still had my kids. But that put me in a position where I could not work a job where I was taking care of kids or old people. Keep in mind, y'all, I was subbing before that. And then the school district that I was subbing for loved me so much that they calling my phone on my off days saying, can you please come up here and sub at our schools? So I'm distraught. And when that Monday came that my sister told me to be out by, I knew that it was God saying it's time for you to move on. Y'all, I did not have nowhere to go. I didn't know where I was going. So I waited the whole day. I started counting my money. I was like, okay, I can go get hotel rooms. But I was like, how long is that going to last? Like, I can't take this money. This not even a full week of staying in hotel rooms. This is part 4 of why I don't talk to nobody I'm related to. So at this point, my sister kicked me out. She's talking bad about me. This is my little sister, the people about like how I'm popping the beans, how I do tarot cards. I've had to get beans for her. She's taking them a time or two. On top of that, she pays somebody faithfully to do tarot readings for her. So I'm just confused. Also at the time, I was talking to my real dad.
I'm confused too, friend, because what's the difference?
And my stepmom. Now my real dad has always been emotionally unavailable. And my stepmom used to try to fill in the gap for him. So my stepmama telling me all this stuff my mom was telling her. She telling me how my mom been telling her about my TikTok and how my TikTok just looked like they literally said I'm talking about God too much. Also, it's noted at this time, towards the time like I was getting kicked out of my sister's house, I was sober. Like I stopped popping the beans. But yeah, I started talking to my real daddy, and I was just a little girl who just wanted my daddy there for me. So I needed emotional support, and I thought my daddy could give it to me. But I seen how my stepmama and my real daddy kept coming to me with stories about my mama. And that let me know that they weren't really supporting me. It was like they were like, oh, we all got an equal hate for your mama, so let's team up. I wasn't with that shit, because if you're gonna be there for me, be there for me. Don't be there for me because you don't fuck with my mama. So block them, cut them off. I was just tired of it. But I knew I had to leave, and I knew God was also telling me that it's time for me to go. If y'all have ever been in a situation where somebody kick you out or you get fired from a job or something and you just lost, like, why did this happen? Why they treat me like this? That's God pushing you. So I knew that. So I was like, let me get my shit and go. I grabbed as much as I can. I had to throw away a lot of stuff. I had to put what can only fit in my car. So I didn't have much. So I get on the road to go to this city that's an hour and 45 minutes away. And this is where my daughter grandma lives. My daughter grandma months before tried to get me to come stay with her. And I think it's because my mama was calling her, telling her all types of stuff about me, and instead of her like listening to it and believing it and stuff, she actually called me trying to help me. But she never said why. She just was like, you don't want to come live down here with me? And at the time I had the apartment in the other city, so I was like, nah, I'm getting my shit together, I'm good. But this was months before all this happened. This woman was hearing all this stuff, and instead of talking about me, she tried to help me. So I revisited that opportunity. I'm on the road already on my way to her house. I called her, I said, hey, do you mind if me and the kids come and stay with you for a little bit until I get myself on my feet? She was like, yeah, I don't mind. And immediately went to, what my grandkids doing though? I'm like, oh, they in the backseat chilling. I'm thinking she wanted explanation. She want information. She was just like, no, what the kids doing? Yeah, you can come. Okay, end of story. So when I left, I didn't tell nobody where I was going, because nobody wanted to know where I was fucking going. Everybody knew that this girl done gave me.
You definitely have to move in silence. If they not for you, then they'll get you, and they don't need to know anything.
This girl then gave me a date to leave. She grown as hell. It's her house. Cool. I'm a grown ass woman too. I got me and my kids. But what baffled me is the fact that my family was making statuses, calling around, doing all this shit like they don't know where I'm at. Oh my God, we so worried for her. We worried for her because she got them kids. They even ended up finally calling my daughter's grandmother, which I'm gonna start referring to as my mother-in-law. They end up calling my mother-in-law, and she was like, your family want to know where you at. Because I let her know they're gonna, if they call or whatever, don't tell nobody where I'm at. Because bitch, when you kicked me out and you knew I had your niece and your nephew, you didn't ask me, do y'all got somewhere to go? Do you got a plan? Nobody asked me that. They just said go. So she like, your sister on the phone like crying. What sister, baby? I thought she was talking about my big sister. No, she's talking about the little sister that's been dogging me out, that did not want me to stay at her house, that kicked me out and told me no, I had to go, that didn't ask me if I had nowhere to go. Little sis on the phone crying, frantic, wondering where you and your kids at. They just so wary. Can I tell them where you at so they can stop stressing? I just told her, we good, whatever. So being here with her, my mother-in-law, they come from a nurturing family. And so again, all black though, y'all know how it is with black people. We think we supposed to forgive and reconcile. So she steady telling me I need to talk to my mama, this and that. I start feeling bad. I didn't give her the full story because I'm still ashamed of my story at the time. So I'm sitting here like, damn, this all my fault. Like, I didn't put false claims on people. I'm really thinking I'm in the wrong. So I start calling people and apologizing and trying to make things right. I'm giving this part to y'all raw and real because this shit happened when you're trying to disconnect from your family. You will go back. And yes, I get people gonna judge me, but I've already judged myself for this shit, which is why I'm able to tell my story. So in the midst of talking and getting close with people, I got two cousins who end up moving here too, to the same city that I'm in with my mother-in-law. So I start reconnecting with them. I sit with them and I'm telling my cousins the story, and they let me know, they like, hey, we always stood beside you. The shit made sense to us. They the ones who like, yeah, keep in mind this man only talk to little kids. Like, he only be around little kids. Then one cousin said, you don't remember when you was little, you and another cousin used to argue about like him being y'all boyfriend. I said, what? Which is why memories are so important. Getting your memories back are so important. But she was like, yes, I remember y'all used to fight over whose boyfriend is he. Then I got a cousin in Atlanta that was telling me like, I don't like how y'all he had y'all sitting in his lap. Like, he just give me weird vibes. So I was able to come to that conclusion because I sat with them. I was like, y'all, this shit still don't feel right. Then they came out with that story. So God was just like, trust yourself. You were never wrong. So I cut my family off again. So this when they started to get pissed the fuck off, because I'm done. They calling me, begging me to see my kids. The same sister who told me she don't want me around her son. Bitch, you really think you about to come and get my kids? Then this cousin, one of the cousins, telling me conversations between her mama and my mama. People still claiming, yeah, I can tell she popping them beans by the way she still talk on TikTok. Which I don't got shit to prove to nobody. But it's just so crazy to me that when I talk about God so much, people are saying like something is fucking wrong with me. So it's also important to note that my mama don't fuck with nobody who fuck with me at this time. So this cousin, my mama couldn't stand her because this cousin like supported me. But this same cousin was telling me how my mama and her mama was having conversations. And I got sick of it. I can't even properly heal because people steady bringing me shit. Then I thought to myself, I'm not worried about her telling my mama nothing because they don't fuck with each other. It's the fact that you could tell your mama something and your messy ass mama is gonna go to my mama and tell her something. So my grandmother's kids, they all messy as fuck. It's like they're the bone carriers in the family, and it comes down to the grandkids, and then we all just fight. So I had to cut her off because I was like, nah, I gotta confuse the enemy. You can't confuse the enemy when they know all your business. So at this point, I done cut sisters off, brothers off, everybody. I done blocked everybody's number. I'm only talking to my grandma from my family. I told you I don't talk to my stepdaddy, my stepmama, like nobody, no cousins, nothing. I'm only talking to my grandma. Then my grandma called me telling me about people business, like, yeah, so-and-so got a new car and your other sister got a house and da-da-da-da. And I know
that's exactly where your mama get it from, and her siblings is their mama, just messy. And I wouldn't put it past your grandma or telling your mother that you went to the hospital to get your kids tested.
and I know she didn't mean nothing by it, but again, in order for me to confuse the enemy can't know my business. Then I thought to myself, if you telling me all the stuff that's going on in their life, I know you telling them the stuff that's going on in my life. And I get that you actually happy for me, but you're still telling them stuff about me. So I had to cut my granny off. So now I'm only talking to my mother-in-law. But it's to the point that they're contacting her. Like my mom and them contacting her, and I had to tell her. And she telling me stuff that my mama putting on her statuses. My mama got sob stories talking about I'ma always love my grandkids, yada yada yada. So I asked her to stop telling me stuff that my mama saying, like block her if you have to, cause I don't fuck with them. Stop telling me stuff. So she respect my boundaries. We move on. Why the fuck she get an inbox from my older sister, cussing her out, talking bad to her? She's basically telling her, you started all of this, you making this shit okay, as if she's telling me to stop talking to my family. So I'm thinking at the time, silence is my best weapon. So I just ignore it. I told her, like, just block my sister, whatever. Then my mama come knocking on this woman's door on a random fucking day. If you really want a relationship with me, you would have texted that woman. You got her information. You would have texted her, called her, and said, hey, can I stop by y'all house? Y'all, she pops up randomly at this woman's house. I stay in my room. I'm just like, I ain't with the fuck shit. I don't want nobody talking to me. Leave me alone. Again, I felt like my silence. I didn't want nobody talking to me. So at the time, I felt like the silence was my best weapon. So I just stayed in the room. But God was telling me my mama is a bully and I need to stand up to that bully. So I ended up texting her saying, I don't want a relationship with y'all. The family that I create is my family. I don't need y'all no more. I'm fucking 29 years old. Leave me the fuck alone. So the way she responds is what got me. This woman tells me, get ready because she's going to take me to court for grandparent rights. I couldn't do nothing but cry right then because I needed to see her in that light. That I didn't cuss. I'm gonna tell y'all, I didn't cuss my mama out when I'm telling y'all what I told her, because I'm at the point in my life where I'm healing. So I'm just like, hey, I have my own family, like we good. But she responded saying that, and then let me know, you don't want a relationship with me, you want a relationship with those kids. And y'all gotta be fucking crazy to think that y'all about to have a relationship with my kids and not with me, the way y'all dog me out, because I don't want a relationship with y'all. So at this point, she's told me and my mother-in-law she's gonna take me to court. It's really like she just don't want to see me happy. So to be continued.
It really shocks me how a mother can literally go back and forth with her grown daughter about her children. Like, you literally got her in a 72-hour hold, which, yeah, she probably was scaring y'all because she was popping beans or whatever. And she did admit that she was seeing stuff, especially when the security guards and stuff came in. So I wouldn't put it past the mother that she was kind of afraid for her daughter's well-being. But at the same time, I feel like the mother was trying to cover up something that she didn't want to get out. She didn't want her daughter to get her children tested, which I think that she should have allowed her daughter to at least do that, so it could be some clarification on her and her husband's end. But instead, now you want to respond to you feeling like something's not right about your daughter, calling or coming up to the hospital and telling them that she's seeing things after all this time. Now when your daughter's speaking up and feeling like something happened to her when she was little by your husband or his nephew, whoever that was that stayed at the house that, you know, sexual abused a family member. Like, I don't understand why all of a sudden when she took her kids to the hospital, to get an exam, now you want to jump up and be like, oh my God, something's wrong with my daughter. Like, I just need her protected. I need her safe for 72 hours. I don't buy you was looking out for your daughter. And frankly, I don't think you even cared. Because if you did, you would have called DHS, because we all know what that can lead to. And you would have told the truth that her kids were with her sister while she was on hold. Why didn't you want to speak the defects? You was angry that she's putting you and your husband in a complicated situation to you, but she was dead serious, so why not allow her to prove that it didn't happen? And then y'all was constantly messing up her boundaries. She had boundaries that y'all did not respect. And she started cutting y'all off. From the sister, to the brother, to the auntie, to the stepmama, to the daddy, to the grandmother. She cut off the whole family. Y'all didn't respect her boundaries. She cut y'all off, and she don't want to have any more ties. Like, it's just a traumatic situation, not only for her, but her children are experiencing it too, because they having to go from house to house to live. And not only that, their mother was trying to give them a safe space to live, and y'all wind up getting her kicked out because she was placed on hold for 72 hours. Let's be clear. It was not about your daughter. You didn't care. If it was just her and her kids, you wouldn't have cared where she went. You or her siblings. You wanted them children back in your possession so they couldn't talk. So you can coach them to rearrange what they already said in front of the brother and your daughter. And the brother, he didn't want to get in the mix of it, but they're your blood too. This man ain't your blood. Your niece and nephew is. But you decided because you don't want none of the drama, or you don't want your mother or your mother husband to feel no type of way, you don't want to be involved. Okay. You cut off too. Period, point blank. Y'all, comment down below what you think about this story. Do you think that she was right for cutting off her whole family? Like, just, what do you think about this story? From her, like, admitting that she's seen things and her mother putting her on a 72-hour hold. Now, I don't think that her mother was wrong if she was, clearly looking out for her well-being. But to keep on, like, pestering her and doing things was just weird. So, you guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to join the family by subscribing. Like, comment, share this video. And I hope you have a blessed day. Peace.